Have you ever felt a deep, inexplicable longing for something more in life? A sense that there's a greater purpose or meaning beyond the daily grind? This innate feeling, often dismissed or ignored, may actually be the key to unlocking your true potential and experiencing a profound transformation in your life. I'm Mark Roach. Welcome to Transcendent, my platform from a perspective formed from a journey around the world through life, crossing a wide spectrum of human experience, from high to low, as most people in American society define them. This channel is all about inspiring common people to find their power and place their uniqueness in their lives. The concept of the magnetic center, as described by Maurice Nicoll in his psychological teachings, offers a fascinating insight into this universal human experience. The magnetic center is a psychological structure within us that allows us to recognize and be drawn to ideas and influences that go beyond ordinary concerns of everyday life. It's like an internal compass that points us toward higher truths and deeper understanding. Nicoll explains that the development of consciousness, which is the core aim of his work, begins with seeing ourselves psychologically and distrusting our habitual psychological behavior. This process of self-observation and inner transformation is not for everyone. Some people are so firmly entrenched in their acquired psychology, their fixed attitudes and opinions, that they're unable to change. But for those of us who possess the magnetic center, there's a real possibility for psychological growth and evolution. The magnetic center acts as a bridge between our ordinary state of consciousness and the higher levels of awareness. This allows us to distinguish between the two types of influences in life: those that keep us trapped in our mechanical patterns, A influences, and those influences that can lead us to awakening and self-realization, B influences. People with a well-developed magnetic center have an intuitive sense of life that can't fully be explained or understood in its own terms, that there must be some higher meaning or purpose. This capacity to recognize different levels of meaning in life is a crucial first step on the path of inner development. It's what allows us to begin questioning our habitual ways of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Without this initial spark of insight, we remain fully identified with our mechanical personality, unable to see beyond our conditioned responses to life. Nicoll emphasizes that the mere possession of a magnetic center is not enough. It's only the starting point. Once we've come to contact with the esoteric ideas or a teaching like the work, we must make conscious effort to apply these ideas to ourselves. This involves a continuous process of self-observation, non-identifying, and self-remembering. The practice of self-remembering is particularly important. It's described as a state of heightened awareness in which we're able to observe ourselves and our reactions without being fully identified with them. Nicoll uses the metaphor of Christ walking on water to illustrate this state. It's a condition in which we can rise above the turbulent waters of our own mechanical reactions and negative emotions. However, this state is not easily maintained. We have moments of clarity and self-awareness only to sink back into our habitual patterns of thoughts and emotion. The work of inner transformation is a constant struggle between our more conscious eyes, or those aspects of ourselves that wish to grow and understand, and our mechanical eyes, which are the habitual patterns that keep us asleep. One of the key aspects of this work is learning to think psychologically rather than merely logically or literally. Psychological thinking involves seeing beyond the surface level of things, recognizing symbolic meanings and understanding their relative nature of truth. It's a more flexible, nuanced way of thinking that allows us to grasp esoteric ideas that can't fully be captured by ordinary logical thought. The development of being is another crucial aspect of this work. In the esoteric tradition, being refers to the totality of what a person is. not just their knowledge or skills, but their level of consciousness, their ability to do, their understanding. Nicoll describes different levels of being, from the most mechanical and asleep to the most conscious and awakened. One sign of a higher level of being is the capacity to bear an unpleasant manifestation of others without becoming negative. Another is the possession of a magnetic center, the intuition that life has a deeper meaning beyond what's immediately apparent. The work of inner transformation is not easy. It requires constant effort, vigilance, willingness to face uncomfortable truths about ourselves. But for those who persist, it often offers the possibility of creating our own lives in a deeper sense, of becoming truly conscious individuals rather than mechanical reactors to life's circumstances. This process of awakening and self-creation is what the work is all about. It's a path that leads us from our current state of psychological sleep towards a state of greater consciousness and inner freedom. It's a journey that begins with recognition through our magnetic center that there's more to life than meets the eye, and it continues through our ongoing efforts to awaken, to remember ourselves, and to transform our being. The magnetic center, then, is like a seat of higher consciousness within us. It's what allows us to recognize and respond to esoteric teachings when we encounter them. But like any seed, it needs the right conditions to grow. It needs to be nourished by our attention, our effort at self-observation and self-remembering, and our sincere desire to understand ourselves and the world more deeply. In our modern world, where materialistic values often dominate and the inner life is frequently neglected, the magnetic center, or the development of the magnetic center, is important, more important than ever. It's what can keep us connected to these deeper truths and higher possibilities, even in the midst of life's distractions and difficulties. So if you've ever felt like you've got this inexplicable longing for something more, that sense that there must be a deeper meaning to life, pay attention to it. It very well may be your magnetic center calling you towards a path of greater consciousness and self-realization. The journey isn't easy, but for those of us who are willing to undertake it, it offers a possibility of profound transformation, a chance to awaken from the sleep of mechanical existence, and to create the life of a truer and deeper sense. Remember, the work of inner transformation is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully ourselves, more conscious, more alive. It's about gradually feeling ourselves or freeing ourselves from the constraints of our mechanical personality and allowing our true essence to emerge and develop. As we progress on this path, we may find that our relationship to life changes. Things that once seemed all important may lose their grip on us, while aspects of life that we barely noticed before take on new significance. We may discover resources within ourselves that we never knew we had. And we may find that we're able to face life's challenges with greater equanimity and understanding. This is the promise of the work. It's not an escape from life, but a deeper, more conscious engagement with it. It's a path that leads towards greater inner freedom, deeper understanding, and a more meaningful existence. And it all begins with that first spark of recognition, that intuition, that there's more to life than meets the eye, the awakening of the magnetic center. I'm Mark Roach, wishing you all the best.